Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Emilia and my channel name Harvinaisen kaunis elämä means uniquely beautiful life. Today my Nightwish train and me are going to stop on a nondescript station, Nemo. I do not know what this song is about, but two things comes to mind immediately. First, it's Latin, and second, and I'm sorry, you must have heard this as many times as you have seen a Nightwish and a Nemo reaction, but Captain Nemo. Sorry, but for me it creates this mysterious, wonderfully dark, aqua-colored context to start exploring what the song is, because the books about Captain Nemo, I can still remember, even though having a brain injury and losing most of things from my life means that there are so many books I have forgotten, but not Captain Nemo. I think I read the books 5 times before my parents allowed me to watch the movie, and I think I saw the movie when I was 8, which might tell you something. So, yeah. For years I wanted to be a marine biologist because of those books. And I think, isn't it interesting how simple things can affect your whole life? Because, well, when I realized I might not get my own submarine, even if I could be a top marine biologist when I grew up, I decided it wasn't worth it. Besides, I got the first book I got from my dad when I learned to read was a book from about Finnish geology, the different minerals and so forth, and who knew I became an archaeologist and a theologian. But you know, the things that affect your life. So this is a really kind of beautiful context to start diving into. End of an era, 2005, Helsinki and Nemo.
Kiitoksia!
Hei! Siinä on toi kaveri, kun kirjoitti biisin riffi. Koko biisi. Herra Tuomas Holopainen!
Well, I paused, so I might need to say something, but it was beautiful. It was like he was picking gentle raindrops from the keyboards. Or, you know, when you touch the surface of water and it creates this ripple effect, I really hope it does do that, because I really want this to become massive waves. Nightwish so often seems to present the theme of the song in a form or another right at the beginning of their song, and I hope it's this, because this is beautiful. It's so... The notes are in such an order. It flows so naturally. You think you have known this tune your whole life, and it's always lived inside you. It's extraordinary, and I think what I would love to do is to sit here and just feel that ripple effect explore and explode inside me. But I know you won't maybe appreciate it if I sit here with my eyes closed for hours, so let's keep continuing, or maybe just, start the song actually. But it's beautiful.
Without her name, without her honest heart as compass. This is me for forever, one without her name. These lines are lost in river to find the missing lifeline. Oh, how I wish was to be free. All I wish is to dream.
Sorry, I had to pause. This is such... Oh, I needed this. Oh, how I needed this. Oh, this is fresh, and but in the beginning, when Jukka joined Tuomas's simple melody, I liked how he did so in such way that it's... I do not speak drum language, so I'm sorry. I have no idea how and which instruments he did use or the names of them all in English. But he used the clearest and brightest of sounds, and then only when others joined in, he started to create lower bass for this song, and it worked so well. But there was this interesting wobbly tone, really professional here, but that you know what I mean. Underneath it all, I wonder if you know what or who creates that. Please let me know, because that's really interesting. It was like, a submarine propeller awakening to life, and it's such a perfect image created with a simple sound. And Tarja here is so energetic it's like this song is her home, which of course it basically is, but you know, her voice, the crystal clearness of it underlines the Captain Nemo feeling for me. It's basically see-through water and hair coat. I love it. It's so Anna Karenina, and I think I was thinking to say a lot more, but maybe I just say that Marco's bass was a force of its own here, and I loved the slide he did. It was like, you know, even if it went upwards, it felt like diving underneath. And also the pages 2 and 3. Not going to dive really deep into the lyrics here. I can't get the image or the idea from my mind that pages 2 and 3. If you buy the book, can you put something between the pages 2 and 3? It depends on the binding. Probably you can. Maybe you won't. But if there is a meaning, please let me know. Only thing I can think of is, you know, my I'm always talking about these tarot references and you know, 2 and 3, and the feeling of deciding to, you know, go for decision and going forward, leaving something behind. Probably a relationship, but that's not working here, I think. So please let me know. Thomas hardly ever does anything, you know, by just, you know, because it rhymes. So what does that mean? I really would love to know, but I want to go back just a little to get it. I don't remember where the chorus ended, but let's it just continues from somewhere. This is beautiful.
A flower withered between the pages 2 and 3. Once and forever, moving on with my sins. Walk the dog and sleep with angels on the past morning. Not
sorry I post Tarja, but I had to, because can I just once say how much I love Emppu's purple velvet coat? But that's not why I post. It's not even his purple guitar. You know I love purple. Yeah, but it's the Paganini himself here, because I've been trying to figure it out why I love Emppu's guitar so much. And it just, I think he's one of those artists that feels maybe so familiar or right, not the right word for me, because he's more like a classical music artist, in a way that he really is not showing off. I mean that's obvious, but he's how he plays is so clean, so precise. I think I have never heard him play a misplaced tune or not in perfect pitch. I might have not heard it, but I haven't heard it. But you know, the way he plays is it's like with classical music. The artist is for the music and not the other way around. He needs to let the music come alive through you, or him, and be there for that to happen, and not because, you know, music is there for them. And that's Emppu in its simplicity. And I think that's one of the reasons I love listening him so much. I'm safe when I listen to him, because I know there are going to be no mistakes, but pure joy and pleasure of listening something, you know, perfect. But also, I think this is the perfect place to stop, because I was also thinking how often I see Emppu in purples and Tuomas in blues. You know, I have talked how I see things in colors and patterns. You know, numbers and music and letters and everything form these fascinating patterns and colors in my mind. And Nightwish is extraordinary treasure cave to dive deep into, because they all create different colors, and yet when they are together they combine or create this combined perfect circle of white light. But I think we need to continue. I'm making again a really long video from a short piece of music. But I want to hear that again. Also, that bend he did there. I do not know anything about guitars, and I'm regretting my life choices more and more, because I really want to feel and understand electric guitars when I see and hear Eppo. But as someone who has played the violin for over 20 years, I do know what happens, what effects you are trying to, or making, not trying, but making, when you bend the strings. And that's remarkable, because I could only imagine how hard it will be to control the other strings around the one you are bending when you play an electric guitar, because they resonate even in the violin. So that was just a tiny little detail there I found really fascinating. But let's keep on continuing. I hope that the balance between my voice and the music is better. I tuned my own voice really low, and hopefully not too low. And now the music is so loud that it blasts through my brain when I play it. Or push the play button, so I brace myself. Let's continue. Beautiful. I might have some tears in my eyes in the end, because I loved how they let the song grow into the whole of itself. I started hearing these orchestral melodies or themes growing and growing, and when Tarja finished her singing, it kind of kept its fortissimo and was growing like it had finally found itself and was sailing to the end of time, and Empo's last notes really emphasized that. The filming gave me a bit of a headache because it was so restless and quick close-ups and shaking, and it absolutely did not serve the music. but I don't know who decides those things, because it was rather annoying. But then End of an Era concert always it makes me a tiny bit uncomfortable, because we know that they know what is about to happen after the concert, but Tarja does not. And here Tarja seemed to be so happy, and Thomas was like, give me some space. and the feelings were all over the place, but luckily it didn't affect the music though. But it was beautiful. It was flowing like, water flows through your fingers. Kind of beautiful, and the melody was so universal. I think it's one of those melodies you will recognize everywhere. Like Beethoven's Fifths. You will know it from anywhere. And I think Nemo is like that. It somehow when we lived in Aachen, Germany, by the old town square Rathaus, quite near to the cathedral, every morning I took my cup of coffee and leaned to the window, closed my eyes and just listened to those cathedral bells. And that sound is something I carry inside me my whole life. I would recognize it from, anywhere. And I think Nemo will be like that. And that's quite an achievement, really, and rather ironic when you think that Nemo, nameless, at least that's the feeling I got when I listened to this, because the longing to belong somewhere, a bit like in Dead Boy's poem. A deep sense of being lost, maybe yearning for something, to belong, to have a name, to have a place, and that resonates in me, because I think I have never quite belonged anywhere, or I mean, it's so often that the whole of me is either too much or not enough. Not just the right amount, but not just the right amount. And well, actually, this relates to Nemo, so here we go. I think I said in my Dead Boy's poem reaction that I have found my creative home in Nightwish music. And of course, when I started doing these reactions, I realized there is a whole community out there. I hoped, how much I hoped that for once in my life, I could find a community where I too could feel that the whole of me is the right amount. Every time I post a Nightwish reaction, I lose subscribers, which I find rather impressive. I might have single-handedly invented and proved how impossible can make or become possible. You're welcome. I think it's what a, good that I'm one of those rare species who do not do these reactions because of the numbers, but despite them. This is please bear with me because this is really related to the song, and I think I might really be grateful for Nightwish and this song, and I'm going to explain you why. Because you know that I do call these reactions uncreative, because I do actual creative reactions. So after I have made this proper reaction, I might want to say something more about the lyrics, or how it affects me or something. And I do a creative reaction where I create something inspired by Nightwish and that song. So I made a reaction to Yours Is an Empty Hope, a creative reaction. And I talked the whole time about the importance, for me, of those lyrics, and how we should, remember that on the other side of the screen there is a human person too, who feels and thinks and lives just like we, and how we should maybe consider sometimes before we actually write those nasty comments, but maybe we wouldn't say them to actual person if we saw them. And I posted my reaction, and what happened was that I got immediately aggressive hate comments, really, saying basically that I'm doing these reactions wrong, I'm scamming, and just generally, duck off, you bitch. Peach. So it was so absurd. I decided to laugh because, just imagine the irony of it. Yours is an empty hope. And hate comments. Haha. Also, I do not think anyone can actually say what is the right way to do reaction videos. It's like saying, to Thomas that, well, you do Nightwish songs all wrong. Create better ones. You do it wrong. Or that Empu doesn't play his guitar riffs right. And we are, believe me or not, getting to Nemo here, because what I have decided is that I want my channel to be a place where I can be the whole of me. Even if that's not enough for a lot of people, or that's way too much for a lot of people. And I'm talking again too much because the batteries are going to just go off from my computer, so I just plug it in. But where was I? I was talking something about, yeah, since I'm not enough or too much to a lot of people. I get often quite rude comments. I can bear when you say it nicely, because I know I talk too much. But you could maybe please put it nicely. I can handle that. But I do not quite honestly maybe respect if you put it rudely. I just ignore them. But I talk too much. That's not going to change. Because I mean, what's the point in my reactions if I do not share my thoughts? And also, believe it or not, I do not talk this much often because I'm a Finn. I'm a researcher, so I prefer my own company and books. So the more I speak, it means the more Nightwish evokes my thoughts and feelings, and has done something incredible inside me to withdraw me from my very protective and really efficient fortress of a shell. So I talk. And also, I have had death threats because I paused music. But I think that's not going to change either, because you can always find the music video link from this description box below and watch that without me talking too much. So, yet, despite my creative videos, despite me talking too much and pausing and all my problems with my technology skills straight from the Middle Bronze Age, there is so many of you there leaving me comments, telling me stories, recommending me books and documents, and sharing your love for Nightwish with me, that I actually know so many of you by name right now, and that feels like a family. That feels like I have a place after all, and I have a home where I belong just as I am. With all the roses and silks and laces and too much talking and weird reactions. Which means that even if being whole of oneself and belonging to nobody but oneself is, or at least I think it might be, a really endangered species these days, and frankly speaking rather stupid, because it exposes you to all sorts of negativity. I think I'll stick that in the future too, and remember Nemo, because that is what a song is about. For me, not having a place, not knowing where to belong, and therefore not having a name, and yet deciding that belonging to oneself is enough, and deciding that Nemo can be a name too. I think this song had a happy ending. It was rather wistful, and there was some incredible depths in there. To even lose yourself. But it ended with letting go, sailing home. And sorry, the background noise is, having a name, finding that, home is where you are, and that where is your home is where you belong. I said at the beginning that I could just sit here and explore the ripple effect this song will have on me, and I am going to do that, because I really thank Nightwish for this song, because I've been thinking so much lately why I do these reactions, why I do these despite the negative comments, despite that technical issues I seem always to be having, and you know, I could use my time for my own creative projects, but I love doing this. I love sharing my thoughts, and there are so many of you who share yours with me, and that's why I do these, and I think I will remember this song whenever I feel I'm done with social media. I remember this, to being one, whole oneself, belonging to nobody but oneself, is finding who you truly are. So thank you for being there. Thank you.